So I've made a lot of progress since last video, and I'm pretty much just going to be explaining some of the code that I found interesting, because visually it doesn't seem like much. Like if I go ahead and run the game, last video we got the enemies working, and pretty much all I got is this tower system where you can rotate it and cancel it, and you can also place it down. There you go, that's really it. It also attacks, but I've just been focusing, and I know I said this last video, but like on making it so it's easier to add stuff. So it's going to be a lot more difficult in the beginning, but then it'll just get easier and easier, and then eventually when I have to add updates, it will be pretty easy. But I feel like the hardest thing I had to do this time was the tower placement, because how it works is on the client, cheaters will have full access to it, but not to the server. That's why whenever you're communicating between the client and the server, you want to have all of your checks on the server. Now that's a problem, because, and I'll go in depth in just a second, but like I have 5 different checks just for my server, because all of this information, the client or the cheaters who have access to it can just send a bunch of false stuff. And I feel like the most difficult thing is well, how your mouse works is it's obviously a 2D element where it's X and Y, but there's actually a Z, because if you go in the workspace and you hover over something, the distance between the spawn location and my mouse, that's the Z axis. That's what makes it 3D. And that's like what I can use raycasting for, which like I can take my mouse location and I can figure out what I'm actually hovering over, and that's the result. If I go ahead and go to my tower handler, this is where I have that result. So if I go ahead and search up result, every time I click, it will find where I'm pressing, and if it's a proper location, then it will place the tower there. Now, with this raycast, with the result, I can't send this to the server because it's not one of the proper data types that I can, well, send. So what I do is I have the result.position and the result.instance, because these are the only 2 I need. But the thing is, well, the instance, the reason why I have that sent to the server is so I can actually validate if it's like a thing I can place on. Like if you look in the Explorer on my map, I have a folder called can place, and that's where you can, well, place the towers in. And yeah, so my server actually makes sure that, you know, it is a descendant of can place, so a child of child, so on of can place. However, what a cheater can do is they can send result instance as something that's safe, like that baseplate mentioned, but then they can send result position as an entirely different thing, where it can just be random numbers. So I went to AI because I really didn't know how to fix this, and the solution is to just make sure that the result position is on the result instance, because it should be, right? Whenever I'm clicking on the spawn location, the position is going to be on the spawn location. So I went to my utility, to my position validator, and this is what ChatGPT came up with. Now, I'm not trying to flex that, you know, I had AI make this, but I'm just showcasing what it is. And basically what this does is it just confirms that the position is on the instance, so cheaters aren't able to cheat it, right? And that is really about it. I also have like my tower object-oriented programmed module. Like I have this script already work with selling and upgrading it. I just need to actually make it work for the client. I need to make the menu, because I haven't really been focusing on the client, obviously. I've bricked for my enemies and just these basic plain white default text labels, right? So next update, I'm going to be focused on adding all of the quality of life, like making this UI look nice, where it's actually supposed to be like a nice green health bar at the top. Hopefully I'll get a tower menu in, so I'm able to upgrade all of that, and whenever you hover over an enemy or a tower, it will display their information. And that is pretty much it. If you have any suggestions for what I should do next video, just something other than what I've said, or like a tutorial, just anything in general, you can go ahead and comment that. And if you're interested in this project, or just Roblox Studio and development in general, my Discord link will be in the description. Other than that, I hope you have a good day or night, and goodbye.